Hello and welcome to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved, the custom scenarios. Alright, so just like last time, I still haven't reviewed comments on anything yet, so we're going to go ahead and just pick one off the top list and just kind of see what our options are going to be. I'm thinking a Demon Awakens might be fun. There it is. Alright, we're going to go for it. Sure, why not? It's the only one on this top list that I haven't done yet. There are quite a few interesting looking ones, though. I am going to have the Jacksepticeye virus, of course. There's going to be a lot of fanboy ones. I might try one of those in the future, you never know. Alright, yeah, fine. A Demon Awakens looks pretty good. An age-old demon awakes to bring humanity to its end. Once bonded with an initial host, it will use a variety of tactics to ensure humanity's demise. Look up this thing on YouTube to get accompanying music. It's interesting. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, only because maybe someone will... This is a trick to get some copyright things. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Whatever, we'll give it a shot. Alright, subscribe. The cure for this apparently is going to be an exorcism. It's a worm! Sure. I mean, why not? Catalytic switch, genetic mimic, aquasci, extremophile, and symptostasis. This all seems pretty good. Let's give it a shot. Actually, do I want symptostasis? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with symptostasis. I was thinking maybe transstasis, but we'll stick with it. Alright, fine. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Normal difficulty, Erratus? Nah. I can think of at least, let's see. Oh gosh, what was the... Yes, Wormwood. That's the name of the demon from the Screw Tape Letters by C.S. Lewis, right? It's a pretty good novel. Interesting. Very interesting. Lots of, Christian theological insights to it, but, it was pretty good satire. Anyway, Wormwood. Why not? We'll stick with it. Cool. Moving on, play the game, please. Welcome. How will you bring humanity to its end? Fear, pain, or hatred? Each path has its own way of eliminating human life. Which one suits your demon? Fear, pain, or hatred, huh? Well, fear leads to anger, and anger leads to hate. So if I went with fear, I feel like I'm actually accomplishing both. Pain, maybe we go for fear? I don't know. Let's kind of see what our options are. We'll play it by ear. The demon will soon awaken in, capital I, its first host. Also, if it has an apostrophe, that's it is. If it's a possessive, it's just ITS. But if it's supposed to be a contraction, then it's IT apostrophe S. Having only minor control, initially it needs to feed on the host's emotions to gain more power. It will also link telepathically to other hosts to spread. Humanity will defend itself. Religious powers have the means of stopping this demon. Okay, where do we start with a demon? Good question. Where do we start with a demon like this? I feel like wherever I started, I'm going to be, like, kind of creating some sort of political statement, which I don't mean to do. Egypt? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's a long awakened, like one of those Egyptian gods, but it was actually a demon, and it created visions of a whole mythology, and then people worshipped it, but it was actually, I don't know, whatever. We're doing Egypt. Egypt is a reasonable starting location. Moving on, transmission options. We first start off with possession. Allows the demon to temporarily control the host, allowing it to move outside of the immediate area. Okay, 2 points for a bit of infectivity, no severity, sure. Additive focus allows the demon to link to 3 humans simultaneously, useful in populated urban areas. Okay. Then we have Shrewd Gaze. Increases the range at which the demon can link to 10 feet, barring the need to be in conversational distance, useful in widespread rural areas. So we have a urban versus a rural start. But possession seems kind of obvious. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up, because it's probably a good choice no matter what. That would lead to enhanced possession, increases the effectiveness of land travel, and you can now enter hotter and cooler areas. Okay. Starting off with our symptoms, we see demonic influence. Host is subject to the influence of the demon for only 2 points, and it doesn't seem to do much of anything except for unlock new things. And then we have abilities alter memory. The demon alters the host's memory to hide details about it, makes it harder to study the demon. Might actually be a pretty good way to avoid detection, I'm not sure. And we have increased host understanding. This demon can now study general behaviors and mannerisms of the host to more effectively blend in during possessions, lowers severity. So we may want to use the parasite's abilities to avoid detection. Maybe that would be a good strategy. We'll start off with some infectivity, though, and see how that plays out. Okay. I'll feel pretty good about this. Let's see what we can do. Wormwood, go forth and make your Uncle Screwtape proud. Do it. Thank you. That's what I wanted to see. 6 DNA out of that bubble. Holy crud. All right, fine. Enhanced Possession seems pretty good. That leads to Seafaring, Head in the Clouds, and Supreme Possession. Increases effectiveness of land travel and effectiveness in colder and warmer climates. Ooh, I like that, but it's expensive. All these are getting expensive. Goodness gracious. What happened there? And why? All right, fine. Let's unlock some new options for only 2 points and see what happens. We have Fear. The demon can trigger events that cause fear within hosts, as well as enhanced fearful reactions. Doesn't do anything, though. Usually you start to see some stat changes by any of these. It seems like all I'm doing is paying points to unlock my choice. Whatever. Pain. The demon can induce physical or emotional pain. Hatred can influence the host's emotion, trending toward angry and hateful emotions. Let's just hold off on points for now. We'll get a little bit more transmission options. We're getting a lot out of these orange bubbles. I am loving this, I'm not gonna lie. We'll go for... Let's go for Supreme Possession. We're actually only a couple points away. It's more expensive, but it seems like it's a good choice. That orange bubble wasn't quite as good. Okay, we'll get that one, and we'll see if it does anything for us. It basically counts as both cold and heat resistance while increasing our infectivity abroad. We're getting a lot more points all of a sudden, but no severity, so it's not quite as good. We'll go for Seafaring. That leads to Naval Mind. Okay. Do we need urban or rural focuses? I mean, I generally prefer urban. Let's go for Head in the Clouds. We'll unlock Sea and Air, and now we'll look at possibly doing either some abilities to avoid detection. Yeah, that probably would be good. All right, we'll avoid some detection if we can just get a few more points. We have the boats going out a lot, actually, quite a few of those. So increased host understanding lowers severity. Maybe we go for Alter Memory? Sure. And that leads to Sins. The demon siphons power from sins of its hosts, again with the capital I and the apostrophe, bolstering its power. This is like a recurring problem here. What's going on? Seriously. This reverses progress made on exorcisms. Okay, so this is a DNA reshuffle. Normal. Selective Ambiguity. Scramble the host's memory further, making it harder to find its, gosh dang it, weaknesses. I think they're doing the capital I because, like, the same way you do a capital G for God. You know, trying to kind of putting it on that level of just like it, you know? But still with the apostrophe. That's still wrong, but whatever. All right, Selective Ambiguity seems to be a genetic hardening. And this, we don't have any severity right now, so it's not exactly an issue. All right, well, let's focus on getting some symptoms then, because I want to know what's going to happen. Maybe we go down the fear path. Yeah, we'll go down fear and see what happens. This leads to Whispers. Hosts hear whisper coming from nowhere. Can be distracting, therefore hindering study. So this is cure resistance. Feeding on fear. The demon siphons power from the fear of its host, allowing it to evolve more efficiently. Yeah, there's the capital I again. Though unpredictably. Increases mutation chance slightly. None of these increase infectivity. So how is that going to be helpful to me? I need infectivity more than anything. All right, let's go for the urban. And that leads to even more urban. Oh boy. I feel like I'm doing this one wrong somehow. It's just like, it's such a slow response, you know? The inability to get a lot of infectivity out of your symptoms. More water, more air, multiplicative focus. I guess. We'll go for it. It's just not very good. Okay. Let's go for Feeding on Fear. You know what? Fine. If we're going to have a hard time getting the DNA we need to get a lot of symptoms, then let's get some mutation chance and see what happens. Hoarding Horror. More power is siphoned to prompt random evolutions, increases mutation chance moderately. Okay. Well, this means we may not have much of a choice whether we go down the pain or hatred path, but we are still managing to get around in most of the world without a lot of effort, which is kind of nice. I mean, maybe I want to get Naval Mind so that I can get to the islands. Whispers developed for free, which is fine by me. New minor disease spreading. A doctor in the Middle East found a new disease which has been named Wormwood. Okay, when do the religious figures get involved? If ever. Oh wait, humans take action. The humans have discovered Wormwood. Religious powers are now working on a means of removing the demon. An exorcism is the only option, but the multiple hosts of the demon make it difficult to find the routes to attack. Study will take time. Yeah. Pray to God, see if he saves you. Wormwood cares not. All right. We have flash image. Hosts are startled by sudden images induced by the demon. Diverts attention, slowing study. Okay. Or I'm going to go for hoarding horror. We're going to really focus on mutation this time around. There goes flash image right there. See, I'm so glad I paid for the mutation. It ended up being worth it. Phantoms develop. We're getting a lot of mutations. All right, phantoms, hang on. Lingering hallucinations of physical objects that frighten them diverts most attention, slowing study. Okay, that's what we got for free. Then we have Gluttony of Terror, lots of mutation chance. Night Terrors. The demon can directly influence the host's dream, allowing it to affect sleep patterns. Slows study. Then we really seem to have gone down the cure resistance path. Without really meaning to. There goes Altered Reality. Good lord. These mutations are working out really well. We've gone entirely down fear. I wonder if that's something you can actually program. Is it possible to program this so that if you went down the fear path, it knows you probably want to go for fear, so it only mutates green symptoms here? Maybe. Hell! Altered Reality is amplified, lasting longer, and completely changing the location to a manifestation of the host's fears. Greatly reverses exorcism progress. I assume this is supposed to lead to a victory condition, though. Yes, that's kind of what it promised me. I'm going to feel really disappointed if it doesn't. Do we go for the extra mutation chance? Like, lots of mutations? Maybe. I mean, that might actually be the most cost-effective way to do things. There's Hell. I have no choice in the matter. Hell is done. Mindless Terror. The effects of Altered Reality... Altred Reality... Hey, wait a minute. That's not how you spelled altered, right? I'm not messing this up? No, it's definitely not that. Are now permanent and amplified from hell. This eventually breaks the host's sanity so that nothing can be done to stop the demon. So basically, all cure progress is rendered null and void. Or like as if we destroy the cure progress. So this is probably... Is this a victory condition? It might be a victory condition. Really hard to say. I'm going to save up my points so that I can pick it up. And we'll see what happens. There's nothing here that really is going to allow me to get around in cold countries better, is there? Lowering severity doesn't seem like it's very helpful at this point. Urban, huh? Urban. A lot of these things that I care about are count as urban. Fine, we're gonna go for the increased infectivity. Lots of urban linking. Hatred developed for free. Okay, so I was wrong. It does mutate other things. I just wasn't sure about that. But okay, we're spreading a little bit faster in places like Russia now. We still haven't infected Greenland, unfortunately, and that kind of poses a rather substantial problem. I really need a boat to get out there. Wormwood placed on a watch list. Indonesia leading the global cure effort, and we got into Greenland. Problem solved. All right, let's go ahead and grab Mindless Terror and see if that destroys all the cure progress. Hatred led to hateful brooding, making people angry, which I don't know if that actually does anything, but it did. So yes, it is destroying some of this cure progress once we have fully infected nations, which is kind of what we expected. It's destroying a lot of it now, actually. Gluttony of Terror mutated for free, so it's... Oh, wait, there we go. Fear is a useful tool. It can persuade anyone. For humans, will always choose to escape from their worst fears. That is a terrifying symbol, I'm not gonna lie. They will keep running, but now there is nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and no end to their hell. Sorry, no, it's fine. As far as the cure progress, though, we haven't destroyed as much as I would have expected, given the fact that we have managed to completely infect everywhere except for Greenland, which is well on its way, so I'm not worried about it. It's just kind of like, what the heck, man. Hot temper. Hosts find themselves... We got all fear symptoms here, it's perfect. Hosts find themselves in a lasting state of anger. Host may act in a hostile manner toward others, increasing the chances of others being linked. Not really relevant to us, so why don't we go for Sins, reverse the progress of an exorcism. That leads to Sins 2, which again reverses some progress. Yeah, we reverse 2%. I mean, technically it's extra score, right? Alright, fine. Let's go ahead and... Can I get... Nope, I can't quite get Sins 2. Okay, never mind, we need a couple more points. There we go, all humans are linked to Wormwood. They are all within its grasp. So that's it. Yes, we win. I'm gonna go for Sins again, just to see if I can eke out a little extra score. A horrific end. All humans are now in a state of mindless terror. Their end will be slow as they live the rest of their life in fear. Until they live no more. Okay, humanity has been broken by terror. That worked out pretty well. So, we got 3 stars on that one, which means I did play it pretty effectively. Actually, going for the mutation chance really sped things up. I didn't have a lot of infectivity, sure, as far as transmission, but the extra mutation worked out amazingly well. Either we got really lucky. I think we just got lucky, actually, more than anything else. But hey, I'm not opposed to that. 19% cure progress, 373 days. Only took a year for Wormwood to take over. And the religious could do nothing about it. Fun deal. I kind of wonder what the other paths are like, though. I'm sure one of them is lethal. Like, hatred probably gets them to start killing each other. Pain probably makes them all just promptly fall over and die because, like, their nervous system's smack in half or something. I don't know. Smack in half? Split in half. Which I don't even know if that's possible with a nervous system, but I would imagine it's extremely painful. Yeah, I recommended that. That's pretty good. That was a fun scenario. Well done. I like that. And I like that it has some very clear replayability. The descriptions were pretty good, pretty solid. It let you know exactly what you were doing. You knew exactly what path you were taking, so you knew the victory conditions. I liked it. Well done. Well done. I appreciate that. All right, well, that is the end of this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment, of course, suggesting what scenarios you'd like me to do in the future, and subscribe for my future content. My name has been Pravus, and I will see you guys next time.
In hell.